name's Andrew Payne and I'm the owner of Drew Architects. I think the design vision was really inspired by the site. I think we would all agree the site is next level. It's quite hard to find a piece of land like this in Johannesburg, so it was about trying to give the clients the sense of being on holiday, that they were living in their kind of favorite holiday destination rather than in a domestic environment. So it was about capturing the sense of what it is to be on holiday. There was incredible palm trees around, a ridiculous view of a bird sanctuary. So the intention really was to lift the house as much as possible to take advantage of the views. They bought the site for the views. The slope of the land was certainly a primary consideration. It's a 3 or 4 meter slope from back to front, and we had to consider it. The clients were very specific about wanting a main living space that lived straight out onto the lawn. So the idea of having the house up to taking the view and having the lawn and the pool down was not an option. They wanted the main living space to be the garden, the pool, and the living space. So reconciling levels was probably one of the main design generators and probably a constraint that we were able to turn into a benefit. I think to sit here and to look out over the lawn at the bird sanctuary and to be able to hide the fence that's on the street behind that retainer was something that we were very excited about. Often we intend to do a whole lot of things and we are very intentional and we pay a close attention to all the details, but there are often little surprises and wins along the way that are in some cases better than we imagined, and that's one of them. One of the cool things about what we do is we get the opportunity to tailor a building to the people who the building is for. And we get to tailor it to the site. And it's quite magical to come back to a building and to have had a vision when you walked through the site when there was nothing here, and then 2 years later to walk through the building and to see some of the ideas that you had brought to life. It's an unbelievable and rewarding process. I love the way the house opens. We love using large panes of glass. Sometimes our clients curse us because it's a bit of a mission to clean all the time, but it gives the building an opportunity to connect seamlessly with the environment, which for us is a really, really high priority. So I think what I'm loving is how well the garden has grown in and grown in so quickly, and I'm loving how the building connects to garden. Our experience is that the clients are always cognizant of how much glass needs to be cleaned, but never ever regretful about it. They love it. Icon system is a great system. We've been using it for quite a few years now. We've had a great relationship with Icon, and we have a long list of subcontractors who we wouldn't use for glass and aluminium. But it gives us complete flexibility in our design in that we can slide walls away into pockets. We can open windows and get a breeze in without getting blown away. They slide beautifully without any issue. They enable us to do what we enjoy doing, which is to connect people with the views and connect people with nature. So if you ask 10 people what contemporary South African architecture is, you'll probably get 10 different answers. I think for me and for our practice, we're in 2025 and it's our responsibility to do buildings which are relevant to 2025. So they are modern and they are contemporary, and we want them to be relevant and appropriate in South Africa, but also equally appealing on an international scale or international stage. And I think the thing that we work hard to do in terms of tying the building to its context is to make sure we use warm natural materials. This could have been a white plasterboard ceiling, but we've used beautiful timber slats. We've brought timber slats kind of and timber elements throughout the home, natural stone in the home. So natural materials and textures in natural materials for us is a big part of making a building South African. And then I think connecting to the landscape and responding to our climate and to our lifestyle. We're very fortunate in South Africa, and particularly in Johannesburg, to have unbelievable climate. Days like this, we get probably 300 out of 365. So we can get away with having these massive sliders in most rooms, and we're able to enjoy nature wherever we are, which is quite special. So I think natural materials is primary in terms of softening the building and making sure it doesn't feel like an art gallery or a laboratory. Connecting you to views of nature, really special. And then I think the ability to allow South African people to live a South African lifestyle, to be able to throw the doors open, enjoy the epic weather. I think it's about how we respond to being South African, not just about materials. The site is always the design generator. the site and the client. And I think that's what makes our buildings all unique. There are no two clients that are the same. There are no two sites that are the same. And we love the journey of meeting the human beings and spending weeks, sometimes months, getting to know them, getting to really understand who they are, what their passions are, what their interests are, what their hobbies are, the way they live their life. Do they want to have a coffee in the morning? Do they want to have it in the morning sun? Do they prefer a sundowner? Understanding the client intimately gives us a wonderful window and opportunity to tailor something, to create something bespoke that fits them and doesn't fit anybody else, fits them. We have to be cognizant of resale, and we always are. We're responsible about that. If the client's needs or lives change, they need to be able to move on and realize value. But knowing the client intimately and then studying the site, understanding where the views are, understanding where the wind's blowing, understanding how the sun's moving in the summer and in the winter and in the morning and the afternoon, and then using the intimate knowledge of client and of site to tell us what the answers are. And ultimately the house, the building, is the residue effectively of a deep understanding of the client and the site. And this building, I think, commands the view of the bird sanctuary, which is what the clients bought, and it allows them to live an open door summer South African holiday lifestyle at home, which is pretty special. I think the palm trees certainly help with that, but it almost feels every day like you're waking up, living and going to sleep in paradise on holiday, which is pretty special and not something that most people can get to enjoy or benefit from.